Hello again everyone, Melth here, with more of my Blade-Soloist challenge run of Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we used my new trick to get the Phase Spider Matriarch under Glut's control here on Honor difficulty, and we're now going to use that to help us with several of the Underdark fights, though it can't be used for all of them. And in particular, one of the most dangerous fights of the entire run is coming up, and I can't use the Phase Spider Queen for that. Alright, well despite the trouble we just went through to get the Phase Spider, we're going to immediately dismiss it, because there are a few things it would not be helpful to us for. One thing I want to do first of all, I think, is go and grab some items out of the Zentrum hideout area there. Now, I don't think I actually want to walk past about this point. If you get onto that bridge area, then you get some exploration XP, which is leveled, and therefore if I wait till later, it'll be worth more. Now, I didn't actually collect my items and the Dark Amethyst after beating the Phase Spider last time, because I was so hurried to get it permanently brought down to the Underdark. So let's pick up the stuff we left behind and get the Amethyst. And there's one more thing to do for which the spider can't really help us, which is, in fact, would be a problem, because it comes with Glut, which would be to talk to the Dwergar. This gnome has a magical short sword that might actually be worth using, though it's a little complicated. So, although it's a magical short sword, it doesn't have any +1s or whatever like Falar Urluv does. Falar Urluv is also a long sword. So, overall, against creatures that have full health, it kind of trades off 1 accuracy for 2.5 damage, which is a pretty good trade when you already have good accuracy. So for the time being, until I can do a short rest and get Falar Urluv's power back, I might well use this sword. Nope, not that one. This one. Has to be in my offhand though. I tested it at one point and learned that the power just doesn't work if you use it with Booming Blade for some reason. Oh, let me also use See Invisibility before going to Dwargar Town, because I haven't had Volo's eye surgery, since I want to keep him as a merchant for a while longer.
What? Gek! Got someone sneaking up on us.
And now I guess I'm down there.
Expecting one of you drowned.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
No harm in checking.
Okay, so the reason we're doing this is that we get 20 XP when we hear about the boots from him. Nothing else here really matters.
Tracking a runaway.
Okay, so we're going to want Featherfall for this. We're going to want Enhanced Leap on people. There's a lot of vertical space to go through here, you know? Let's get that buff on you. And let's attack. Okay. I didn't long jump myself. That was a little foolish. So, what I want to do is allow him to summon the zombies, because that is worth a bit of XP. I'm going to have you teleport down thereabouts, and I think go for the big guy, the barbarian over here. We'll shoot poison blasts at him, because we can't get into melee. Not quite. Dwargar resists poison, but it'll still hurt. And, you know, pretty good damage, because we get 2 attacks like that are both 4d6 plus 5. Something like that. For you, I think we want to throw out a cloud of daggers over here, probably. The idea is I'm going to try to funnel a lot of the enemies through this spot as they get summoned, and the cloud of daggers will then chew them up pretty bad. We'll upcast it even, because I expect to get enough use out of it to justify that. And he's going to eat 3 hits of it himself, so that's pretty good. Note that he has Counterspell, but he can't do that while he's surprised, so that's why I'm getting away with this now. We want to destroy some of these nettings as well. So that Dwargar and zombies are funneled in just a few areas. I guess I'll hit you because we have a much better hit chance. Well, I guess we'll shoot at you anyway because we have a better hit chance. Okay. Holvik here is going to be a bit of a threat. That's a good start on him. A Sovereign Glut. You are usually very disappointing, but this is your chance to prove me wrong. Okay, yeah, now they're permanently hostile because they see that they have befriended the mushroom people. Yeah, pretty good start. So he should probably be finishable between Searing Smite plus maybe a hit from Astarion or something like that. Stand over there. I'm pretty sure someone can still fit through that doorway.
Die, so your carcass can rise.
Okay. Well, you've got like 50-50 shot to instant kill the netting, I think, because you're super effective. There we go. Let's jump on up to safety. You're going to keep getting chewed on by that. You're going to spend your turn summoning up zombies. Loose an arrow at you. Searing Smite. Does that do a d6 damage? Is that right? Okay, he's 50-50 to just die of that. But that's not something you should leave a chance, really. Okay. If I can push you down, that would be good. Nice. Okay, gonna eat some extra cloud damage while we're at that. Can I blast both of you, because you're together? That looks like it's hitting both of them. I feel like I've got to go for that. Okay, so he's almost certainly going to die of Cloud. Gek got lucky there, but, that's fine. Okay. If I do any damage to Holvik, he should be dead. I don't know if it's important enough to spend a resource on this. I could just shoot like an Alchemist Fire at him. 95 to hit. Yeah, I think a 95% chance of just getting the finisher is fine. Especially if there's a 50-50 shot, he just dies anyway, right? I feel good about how this is going so far. Oh, that was a bad move, Gek. Moving out of the cloud, then going back through it. I appreciate your help with this. Okay. So he's probably gonna die. Deal with him. Maybe blast him for a bit of fire damage. One damage, but he's burning fiercely, so that's worth a little more. Do we want to have you get in on this? It is important to keep you from taking severe damage. But throwing out one punch at the guy should be okay, right? Not a deal. Okay, well that guy hasn't realized he's blocked yet. That one is going that way, so he's not going to go through the cloud, but the rest should go through the cloud. Or they can get stuck and confused. Okay, so we've still got Novice Garmor down there. He's probably going to start throwing things, because he's like a barbarian type guy. That looks good to me. Can't poison a zombie, so we'll go for him. Okay, he's mostly dead. Can you jump with your Featherfall long jump over to... Yeah, that might be close enough to get a shot at him. Seems plausible, at least. Okay. No good there. Very well. So, then the question is, what can Astarion do about this? Oh, that zombie's going to take even more damage. I love that. This has been a great Cloud of Daggers, really. Can I jump over there? We'll attempt that. Yeah, that should work. Alright. So if this hits, which I think it has a decent chance to do, then he will die. There we are. This does leave me exposed, which does threaten that'll take a little bit of damage from Garmor, which would turn off the cloud, but it's highly unlikely to happen. If he has a bomb, we're in a bad spot, though. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Can we set you guys on fire? Not bad. Okay. Yeah, that's all fine. That one is going to just burn to death, so it's effectively dead. If we punch you down, you will also burn to death and be dead. Okay. You've actually got a little bit of reach, so you got away with that. It's fine. Alright. Dead, dead. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I have rarely had a Cloud of Daggers be this good. I'm not going to say never, but rarely. I think it was a well-chosen position. Oh, poor zombie went back in. Huh. Okay, well, was there still a zombie going around this way, or did it successfully... Yeah, there is, okay. Still a zombie over there. That's fine. By the time he gets to us, he will be all alone. Maybe this is going to get a shot at Garmor. That's what I should think about doing. I can maybe just teleport down next to him. Yeah, I love the spider. It is so good. Okay. Nice. Let's do a bit of looting, and then I'll talk about the most dangerous fight. Well, one of the most dangerous fights in the entire run, for a solo run. Okay, we'll talk to Glut. He'll reveal his nefarious scheme to try to kill off Spawn and replace him. And we'll play along. Okay, so once I get onto this boat, I'll have an encounter with a whole bunch of Duergar. Now the problem is that I can't bring the spider, and the fight is on a boat. And for some bizarre reason, the water is instant death, and they all love to shove you, and some of them are quite good at it. If I get shoved overboard on the solo run, that is the run over right there. So, I gotta be really careful about that. Another problem, when you go onto the boat, concentration breaks. So that means I can't carry forward certain buffs that I might want to have, such as Enlarge. I will definitely want Enlarge for this fight, but I can't cast it beforehand. That won't work. We'll have you turn invisible.
Keep your distance down.
Let me think about what I want to do here. A Bless could be helpful, because they'll be shooting lots of fire arrows and things like that at us, or maybe throwing bombs, so we want to not take a pile of damage from those. Then, let's see. I should probably keep this to go first. I am pretty sure there is one of them that has a bludgeoning weapon, but I think I can kill him on the first round, and then more of them have slashing, so this might make sense to wear. And if I can't kill off the guy who does bludgeoning, I'll just unequip it at that point. I think that, as I said, I want the Whispering Promise, so I can give a Bless. And I'm pretty sure they have lots of fire arrows. My best bet about that is I'm going to split up a water bottle, and we can, I think, probably soak ourselves if we're going aboard, and then that will make us immune to burning at least. The reason that matters, it's not that much damage, right? But every single time it happens, I need to make another concentration check. And if I suddenly lose concentration on Enlarge, I might just be instant killed by a push overboard. So that's why that's so important.
Well, hello.
Okay, everyone is soaked. Then, let's re-equip the Crusher's Ring. Can't bless a skeleton, so I didn't bother with that. So if you turn invisible again, that might be about the best we can do. Alright. How you handle this is quite important, even besides, the risk of being instant killed or whatever. You need to choose to fight them here, otherwise you miss your one chance. You need to not push Corsair Greymon overboard or you lose his XP. That is, until you're actually in combat.
We aren't expecting more of you.
And then afterward, I need to not go on to Grimforge. Okay, let's have you go into turn-based mode. I only have one turn left with Bless. That's not ideal. I was hoping to still have 2. But... oh, the Azer has none somehow? Huh. Okay. I do still have only one turn of... okay, yeah, so that pre-buffing with the water bottle basically didn't work. Well, not sure why. Okay, well, we're gonna do the Blade Song. Then we're going to... let's see, do we want to enlarge first, or... we could have these guys turn invisible, or turn all 3 of us invisible, maybe. I'm not sure how feasible that will be. But if you walk over there, and you walk over thereabouts, let's say. We can turn 3 people invisible, I think, if we're all packed in close, and then we have someone break the invisibility potion on us, like the skeleton doing that. We could also have a water bottle broken on us to renew the resistance to fire arrows that will be coming at us. If we do them in the wrong order, we'll have a problem, in that if you get water splashed onto you, invisibility ends. We also need to do the packing in early, because otherwise, when I grow large, we can't fit people next to me, and so then it won't be possible to splash onto all 3. The Azer can be healed if it's not just killed outright, which it could be by being pushed overboard. The skeleton can't really be healed, so I kind of want to keep it from taking damage, so I want it to be invisible if at all possible. Fork is important to keep alive because Fork has Elixir of Vigilance, and that can't easily be replaced. So having those 3 turn invisible and also have a water bottle on them would be ideal, I guess is what I'm thinking. Okay. We are closely packed now. That reveals Shovel as planned. Potion of Invisibility still looks like it's next to all 3 of us. I think we can all turn invisible. Okay, after all that deliberation, I now turn enlarged.
Extended.
I now have a very good chance to push Greymon overboard for instant death. Then you, Fork, will hit the potion. We are all invisible, it looks like, and the Azer's wet, so it can't easily be fire blasted. I might add, again, it's weird that a creature made out of fire, is not even resistant to fire, but whatever. We'll get it away in case they want to throw a bomb blast at it. We just don't want to be all clustered up for that. Okay, they now get their chance to bombard the Azer, and I can't stop that, but we're off to an okay start here. Okay, that one's dangerous because she has high strength to begin with. Now she's over here, so she's threatening to push people off to their death. The Azer's high armor class of 20 is really helpful here. Now this is interesting. Okay. I need to attack it. That much is clear. But Azers can't push, unfortunately. I see that here. I could Searing Smite you, but it might fail check against Daze. Okay. Well, if I walk thereabouts, I theorize that I'm a little harder to push overboard, though it's probably still possible. It's up to you, Astarion. Alright, my thinking now is I might be able to get several kills if I do something like this with the right positioning. I don't know if there is like a perfect one, but theoretically there's probably a spot that would launch several of them into the water at once, right? Okay, I'm going to walk down here and see what the chance of pushing this person off is. Okay, 77% chance to kill. We'll take it. Alright, now the Roaring Thunder part. Let's make sure we have an angle that is deadly. Can't tell what it's doing to that one. Okay, that looks like triple kill if they fail their saves. 2 of them did. Alright, so we killed 3 of them in one turn with just a Starian. I like that. He could throw a bomb at us, we better be spread out. I'm going to go up here to the higher ground so they won't have free bonuses to hit me. I think the water's protecting me there, so I'm not having to make saving throws against it. He got very lucky. I could easily have blocked it if it wasn't a critical, basically. Do we want to go to their boat now? They could threaten to push me off, but a Starian's going over there soon. And yeah, the faster we end this fight, the better, I think. In a position like this, I'm probably not easy to shove overboard. Alright, we jump. Yeah, I don't know if I said this explicitly, by the way, but the reason it matters that I am enlarged here is that increases my weight, and that means that they either can't shove me at all, or if they're super strong, they can shove me but not very far. So that's why that matters. I think the chance of success was actually even higher than it listed there, but I'm not 100% certain about that. I'm gonna just go ahead and provoke that. I'm not afraid of his attack. And now he won't see a good bomb target, is what I'm thinking.
I'm ready.
Two concentration saving throws. Oh, I guess the bomb hit twice, so that was potentially dangerous, but I am good at those saving throws. Alright, well I did like everything I could, I think, to optimize my odds there. They got criticals, which threatened me anyway, but I think that was about the best way I could possibly handle that fight. Now you might think I lost a lot of loot, but that's not actually quite the case. There is a way to get it. Oh, let me actually, while I'm thinking about it, I've got Blade Song still left, right? I might as well use that and get its heal that I never think about. Yeah, still, it was pretty good. I should reactivate Loving Protection Shield and get my 8 temporary hit points back, but one thing at a time, we're going to just get back to shore, and then we'll take care of rebuffing from there.
Craft is ready.
So, return to the cave shore, do not go to Grimforge, you'll get medium exploration XP that I'm trying to put off right now. Okay, so now I'm in the Selûnite outpost and rebuffed, and I'm here for a couple of reasons. One is I plan to fight the Spectator soon, but also this is the most lit up place I can find in the Underdark. And the reason that matters is that I want to do the Necromancy of Thay destruction now. And first, read it, I guess. So, very important step if you plan to destroy it, which I'm going to do, because it leads to a fight, and I don't really think that its power-ups are worth it. I'm going to drop it on the ground there, and then put the amethyst into it. So if you put the book onto the ground, you can read it, and then you can destroy it on the ground. Whereas if you read it in your inventory, then it switches to its undroppable form, usually. It seems to be bugged, sometimes it won't do that.
It's delicious.
We should buff up and make sure our saving throws are up to snuff before doing this. So I've equipped the Grellin's Grace and the Absolute's Warboard. I'm not proficient with that, but it still gives a +1 bonus to saving throws. So between those things, I've got +4 right there. I guess I could also put on the Whispering Promise.
As you look into the book's amethyst eyes, you feel the darkness radiating from the book. The book's pull is irresistible. Glyphs shift gently before your eyes.
Slightly easier saving throw this way. Unfailable except on a 1.
Forming words you don't understand. The symbols move aggressively, probing your mental defenses. But you hold strong.
Alright, Alright, so this one we've got what? Plus 4, plus 7, plus 9.5. Yeah, so we have like a 75%-ish chance to succeed. Failed it. I could remove curse on myself after this, or I could just use the inspiration. I'll do that. Well...
The world around you is gone. You feel claws moving.
Okay, one more saving throw to do. That one's lower DC, but it looks like that's not a saving throw. It looks like that's just a like a skill check. We have fewer bonuses for that. So, we're like 50-50 to pass this one. There we go.
The glyphs scream. You struggle to cling to scraps of what the book snaps closed.
Well, we had slightly bad luck there despite the preparation, but it's perfectly fine. Okay, next up we're going to fight the shadows. I want to do that in a room that has no darkness in it. So they have nowhere to hide. Now, destroying the book requires radiant damage. As a wizard, I think I have no access to that. So I've given Gale a cleric level, and because this will cause a fight, I am allowed to use another party member to create additional content, additional fights, or make things harder for myself. Okay, don't want Gale actually getting to help in the fight, so we'll stand him pretty far back. There we go. Well, I didn't want to have you there. Okay. I guess he ignored my orders to move elsewhere.
Shall we cut and run?
First strike with the offhand. Because only that way do I get the first blood ability. Decent chance to kill here, kind of cold weak. Nice. Okay. Can't reach destination. There's got to be some position in which you can reach the destination. Where they bite them through the bars or something.
Hungry.
Darkness just blocks shots. Okay. Well, having them swarm Glut isn't ideal. Given that I've got reach, or pretty big reach, I might be able to just bite them through the walls. Yeah. Doesn't hurt that much because they're immune to the poison part, but the rest is nice.
Let's have some courage.
Okay, you do nothing, Gale. You're not actually allowed to contribute here. Oh, did he find a dark spot up there? I thought I found a spot that had, like, no darkness. Guess not. Can I do this without hurting an ally? It seems to say it'll hit only the guy I want. Okay, he saved anyway, so all that effort was meaningless.
Go for the throat.
Okay, here's a silly thought. Can I just lock the shadows in behind the doors? Are they able to even open doors?
Time for cover.
Oh, right. Yeah, they have a spot of darkness out there. Okay, well, Glut definitely needs some healing. I guess the Azer could use some too. But we got a good amount of XP from that. And I'm sure that Gale appreciated our destroying that cursed book. He usually called that a barbarian act, and I'm sure he meant that as a brag, since he is, of course, a barbarian. Let us plan our next move, which is to deal with the Spectator. So, there are a whole bunch of books out here that warn us, hey, there's a Spectator around here that can turn people to stone. So I think we pretty well know that when we see these stone statues, that's probably where the Spectator is hanging out. Now, to avoid being surprised by it in a way that doesn't make any sense, given that, we should probably know that it's here, or at least strongly suspect it, the best method is to just shoot one of the statues yourself, and that causes the spectator to pop up prematurely, and then you can snipe it from there. Makes a lot more sense, I think. For the Spectator Fight, I think I probably do want Cloud of Daggers. Featherfall might be good so we can jump down there without getting hurt. Fireball, it's not really super relevant. The thing about the Spectator is that it does saving throws that ignores your armor class. So as a Bladesinger, I don't actually have any good defense against it, really. It can easily just paralyze me. Speaking of which, I'd better get the Amulet of Sylvanas, so if an ally is paralyzed, I can fix that on them. That's worth something. So it pops up. It's all the way down there. You do a super jump over to it. And now we surprise it, which I think is a much more reasonable outcome. Let's explain some things about how this thing works. Because most of what the ability says is a complete lie, I found with testing. Panicked Sentinel. So this says if it can see a creature that moves within 6 meters of it, then it fires one of these rays. But it actually does not need to be able to see you. It can be blinded, it'll still get you. You can be in darkness, but you can't see through it, it can still get you. Various things can block it from seeing you, it can still get you. Only you being invisible can protect you. Not being unable to see you for any other reason whatsoever. Number 2, the movement part is not actually needed at all. If you, in any way, appear in its area, even if you didn't actually move, or you do a thing in its area, it can then get you. At least sometimes. For example, if you come in invisible, and then the invisibility just wears off while you're standing there, it gets you immediately. Or if you push into the area, it gets you. Or if you teleport into the area, it gets you. Or if it moves next to you on its turn, and then you do something on your turn, even if it's not moving into the area or whatever, it gets you. So it gets you in a much wider variety of circumstances than you'd expect. It also, this is a reaction in theory, but it can use it even when its reactions should be denied sometimes. For example, while surprised, creatures can't take reactions, except it actually can. Except it can't do its attack of opportunity, so it's just this one thing is special. But some reaction and denying abilities will work. You can get it with things like Hypnotic Pattern, then it can't use its Panic Sentinel. Or Daze, except not on the first hit. If you, let's say you come up to it invisible, then you hit it with a dazing attack. Even though you went from being invisible and thus not able to hit, to it being dazed and thus not able to attack you, it will nonetheless attack you once. But then future people approaching can approach safely. So that's what I've learned about how weird it is and how misleading the description is. Okay, so it has one of these paranoid dreams now. Once it gets to 5, it'll then use its legendary action to immediately blast everything around it. And it can do that even if it shouldn't be able to do reactions or legendary actions too while it's surprised. So watch out for that. So Ocular Nightmare, basically just in a big area of effect, bigger than ordinary range attack range, will blast everyone with a chance of being paralyzed, a chance of being confused, a chance of being frightened, and also just a chance of taking some damage. Including its own minions here is a complicating factor. See, if it does that, it'll also unpetrify all of them, but they'll be hostile to it and on our side. Which is good for winning the fight, but bad for us getting XP, actually. Because we don't get the XP if it kills them. So that's bad for us. Alright. Let me have the spider blast it. Maybe the spider needs to teleport down here. I'm pretty confident there's going to be spots the spider can get it from. And I'm also pretty confident that shovel is safe there. Let's make sure that you are in turn-based mode. Looks like things went weird with getting the initial action or whatever, and so we're able to still attack. Let's get you out of there. If you jump down there, I'm confident we can get you actually out of range of his legendary action. Thanks to long jump, feather fall combo. Okay, you are now safe. So if we bombard it, the legendary action away, and we'll still be fine. This is also a fine place to shoot at it from, I think. There we go, it's got 5 of them now. Let's make like double 100% extra sure you're out of range.
Let's have some fun.
And maybe we'll even get some gravity damage. To maximize the chances of that, I'm going to drop the weapon on the ground. Okay, so she now blasted away, freeing the drow. Yeah, got some gravity. And we're all safe. Okay. And then, I think I'm probably out of range of this. Yeah, that part doesn't really matter. If any of them are not befuddled, paralyzed, every bad thing at once, then we can get it, I guess. But they probably all are. If you jump down there, you have a chance of not getting paralyzed or whatever, and then be able to punch it once. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Okay, good. Saved against the confusion, right? Good. That's a good start. Glut, though, you are too important. We're not risking you down there. Okay. You just turn yourself invisible again. Have this sneaking suspicion we'll want to be prize attacking someone pretty soon. Okay, then what kind of throwables do we have? Doing this first because I want the gravity damage, not the steal the kill. Alright, we are likely to just kill it from here.
Time to kill.
Do I no longer have Featherfall? I no longer have Featherfall. Okay. Well, I thought we did that quite well. Let's go down and talk to some drow, or better yet, while some of them are still paralyzed or whatever, might as well take out these hostile drow. I kind of expected that to start a fight, if I'm being honest. You know, what with it being an attack against them. But what do I know?
Speak with Dawn.
Do you still have Featherfall to get out of there? No, you don't. So you are actually now vulnerable, which is a bit of a problem. Who can go? Artemis can go, and Moy can go. Okay. Well, they then are the ones who I want to take out with the Spider Matriarch. $32 HP for you, 36. Okay, so you're a pretty good chance we can just take you down. Okay. Then if we move over here and just get in your face, we might be able to prevent you from bothering anyone else. Maybe. Who's not in the fight? Glut's not in the fight. I don't think Glut can really contribute much. The skeleton's also not in the fight. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You could attack of opportunity. Really, it's you that were you and these other guys. Chakothy over there. Okay, I can probably take Chakothy out with Astarion, most likely. Then there's Arkag over there, and Dorn. Do I want to provoke the attack from Dorn who just kind of sucks at attacking in melee. He got the hit, but this could be worse. And this helps me get a little further away from the others, so hopefully that'll be a net profit. We like that. I mean, he got lucky to hit, but the important thing was that it meant he couldn't go anywhere else and attack anyone else. Nice, nice. Dorn. And Arcag. Arcag's the one who's on the loose, really, and can still do things. I think we can't really get to him. So, you know, we'll take the shot we can get against Moy.
I missed this.
I think I'm okay with you being fired at. You're durable, you have a lot of armor class. These guys aren't a big threat to you. You, likewise, are durable, you got a lot of armor class. We just want them not to go for fork. That one didn't get unpetrified. Huh. Guess we need to manually kill him off after this. Yep, resisting all damage is pretty handy. Okay, I'm gonna attack you. Yep, that's what we have the phase spider for. I mean, if you were not a skeleton, and therefore were easily healed, we would get you in there, but...
Let's spill some blood.
Man, these guys and their crits today. That ruins my loving protection shield right there. Okay.
I'm ready.
I want people not to move very much and not blunder next to the mushrooms until we've had a chance to destroy the mushrooms on our own terms. Got a scroll of false life I'll use on myself, because the loving protection shield will need me to short rest again, and I don't think I want to do that just yet. I do still have a few short rest resources to recover first. Oh, the Spectator. It has, I would say, for its difficulty level, possibly the worst loot in the game. Though, I guess there's the owlbear. This eye is just awful. It's really, really bad. Frightened is not a good status on its own. It's an action to use it on, and it's once per long rest, and this is a weak attack. So, yeah, it's just awful. Alright, the upcoming area has the Bulette ambush point in it, I think. So, we want to be pretty well prepared for that. Now, we can't really beat the Bulette before it retreats in this case, because it'll just skedaddle in 2 rounds or whatever. And most of our attacks can't even possibly hurt it. So what we're going to try to do is not to beat the thing, but just to, I don't know, poke at it and show that it's not a threat to us either, for the sake of it, feeling fair to just walk on by. What we don't want is to have everyone walk on in there and get knocked down by it. You, Spider, could get up there easily enough, I think. Azer, we want to just get you out of the way too. You aren't able to actually hurt the thing.
Watch your back.
And me, I will jump down here. And I think that will trigger it to pop up at some point. There we go. No, glut. Okay, well now the guy that I most need to protect has put himself in danger. So, we're going to run him pretty far there and have him prepared to jump up to a better location. Or I think mushrooms don't explode when he goes by. So he can just run on through the mushroom field and the Bulette shouldn't be able to catch up to him. I could put a cloud of daggers there, but it probably won't hurt the Bulette. Do I have any useful scrolls I can set up? I can give myself a mirror image, and then I can just ignore his attacks even more than I already will. You know, we'll go with like a simple grease, and we'll just see if when it pops out, it has any chance of being greased. Yeah, I don't really think so, but it's worth a shot. Glut is not even in the fight. You know, I'm fine with that. Alright, so let's have a look at the Bulette. So it's got... this legendary action is one of the weakest and least important in the game. I literally don't care about this. Shredding Scales does tiny damage and a small air effect if you fail a dex save. It's garbage. This is the important bit. And more importantly, it just kind of negates incoming damage if it's weak, which most attacks are. Now, I think that if we just start poison blasting it, it will on average take damage. It says 19 damage per shot. Alright, there's your worthless legendary action used up. We could try teleporting down there and biting it, which will do even more damage. Oh, or not. It does it as 3 instances. Well, that's a good thing to know now. Whoopsie. You can't hurt it. Like, it'll ignore your attack, even if it hits. Poisoning it helps regardless. You should be able... And that gives it disadvantage to attack, so yeah, it should have very little chance to hit Astarion at this point. And I'm going to give it a poke. And I could... yeah, I could get out of there. I'm not going to. I'm not too concerned about it. Let's have you go back to being invisible, though, shall we? Wait a second, how does it recover its diamond scale? It did a bunch of damage to it, but now it's back at almost full? That part I'm not sure I understand. Yeah, we did way more damage to it than that. What's going on? No one cares.
This feels good.
Okay. Do you feel like actually keeping your damage this time? We will see. It should already be out of diamonds. No, it's back to full. What is this? What in the world is this? It should retreat soon. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So, well, it should have been almost dead there. Whatever.
Was that a Bulette?
Oh, interesting. They pronounce it Bulette, but... So, it has a weird history. The Bulette, that is. So, when the first edition of D&D was being worked on, one inspiration for a bunch of the monsters was just this sack of cheap plastic random monster things that Guy Jackson Friends had. It had just kind of random misshapen things, and some of those became inspiration for owlbearers or the Bulette. The Bulette was just one that was shaped like a bullet. They didn't have anything in mind for it initially, and they first just called it the Bullet till they came up with the name. And then per an interview with one of them, they mentioned that they decided they thought it would be funny to give it like a pseudo-French pronunciation, but then they later misspelled it, basically. And so that is why it's Spelled Bulette, but pronounced Bulette.
Bends. Your shoulder, you flinch.
Okay, got some XP for getting that. And now, we're off to find the great god Bual. So, here we are ready to fight the Bual worshippers. And normally there's a trick you can do here that is worth 80 extra XP, plus gives you the Bual's Benediction buff for the rest of the game. And you typically get Bual's Benediction by sacrificing a party member. But there is another way. You have one party member approach and begin the conversation. Another one sneaks up invisibly and steals the sickle that is the usual reward from him for becoming the chosen of Bual. And then the person who's in conversation completes the conversation, becomes the chosen, and because the sickle's already gone, they give you the benediction and you get the extra XP. It turns out if you approach with something like, say, Fork, or another summon or whatever, you can actually get it to begin conversation with that summon while your main character sneaks up and steals the thing. So theoretically I could do that, but the chance of success is pretty dismal. Like, I think the Azer is the best guy for the job, basically. He has +1 intelligence for the investigation check you need to do, and +0 charisma. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just tell you that it is an option if you aren't trying to avoid a bunch of reloads or something like that in your solo run. Alright, let's get ready to actually fight this out. So, lots of enemies, therefore we want lots of area of effect attacks, but I think we'll first go into a more stylish shapeshifted form. No one wants to be a gnome. Because of that thing where they pull you into conversation, we can't do the usual approach you would want to do of having Shovel sneak up and attack them down there, but I bet Shovel could attack one of the ones over here, and that would probably work. Okay, I guess Bual is not surprised. So, because they're surprised and they're pretty clustered up there, I think this is a good chance to do a Cloud of Daggers. I think it's probably possible to catch 4 of them there. At the very least, I think we can get 3. There we go. Alright, that's going to be a really good cloud, because it's going to do about 60 damage 3 times, plus anyone else, might walk through it or whatever. My thought is, there are several more over there. If I can make them drop down and pass through this area, that's overall better for us. We might be able to do some Poison Blast area of effect too. Not sure about that. Well, I guess if we go for this guy, then everyone else will have to walk through that poison puddle that we're going to be creating, so that might hurt more of them a bit. Okay, that's my best thought about how to have the spider help out there. Then, skeleton. That guy, he's not quite at going to die naturally range, but he's close to it. Naturally, as in, the Cloud of Dagger is going to get him. Okay. So that one, on average, is going to die, but I mean, it's not close enough that I can slack off, basically. He took very light damage there, so he is still on average going to die, but did he not take any more? Okay. Alright. Well, you can jump on over there and get to work helping out Fork with this guy. Alright, I like how that went. Are you able to jump far enough to help out over there? Yes, you are. Then we'll go for that. Pretty good damage. I think he's gonna have to dash. Yeah. Good jump. I think you're the priority there, because I want to get you to the point where the cloud... Okay. On average, these two guys now die to the cloud. Alright, well, let's work on Bual. Not poisoned. That part is unfortunate. I guess you're blocked by Astarion is part of the issue. Okay, now can you get to a spot where Bual and other people can't hit you? Do you still want to keep you safe? What do I want to do about Bual himself? Mushroom Man does get a turn before him, so if I have you provoke the attack, you resist his damage, and that would then allow the Mushroom Man to escape safely.
Let's spill some blood.
Constitution, it's pretty good. I can't easily poison him to death, is what I'm seeing there. Or poison him into unconsciousness. +4 to saving throw, so I can't super easily grease him with like a grease bottle or something. Well, with my shield and so forth, I am a pretty good choice for just tanking his hits. So we'll just go for it. Okay, yeah, just not displaying conveniently, but you definitely can get over there, so that's fine. Okay, that worked as hoped. Very close. If we'd managed to hit him, we would have actually brought him down, but we failed. He must have gotten super lucky there to get multiple hits on me. Yep. Wait, that shouldn't even be a hit. That's not a legitimate hit. I had 26 armor class. Okay. Alright, well, I might be wrong, but it seems like I'm facing 2 giant bugs here, and that's more than enough for one day. So I'm going to call it quits and investigate those and see if I'm missing something. Maybe I'm wrongly blaming the game here for diamond scales resetting to 100 every single turn, or for it ignoring my shield there, but that sure felt like a pair of bugs. In any case, I think I had some fun tactical battles here, so I enjoyed that, especially in the first half at least. Thank you for watching, everyone, and a special thank you to my Patreon supporters: MasterKnightDH, Enlino, Truebsy, Oliver, Chronische, Jago, Keely, Qro'ei, Gregory, Broken Box, Jenna M, Just Becca, Newbienna, Nicolas, Schmuck, Kostya, Nesterovich, Fredrik, Bruun, Stefan, Robin, DanielSon, Andrew Curzon, Edie, Ali Kasamoglu, Nick Myers, Imp Ninjas, Diabetic Cat, Casper Bostrom, Marvin Fang, Max, Afro Samurai, Rodrigo Lopez Dato, Step Back Too Deadly, Silent, Vic Mars, Brad, IJ23, The Coding Owl, Eldridge, Twiggy, Zadira, Joe, Mike, Cosima, Mintberry Crunch, Eric Vettler, Andrew Wilhelm, Maya Atkinson, and John DeVessa. Have a great day, everyone.